Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Rad Rach. I'm doing a Q&A today, and it's compiled of a couple different questions I've gotten more so recently, and a few from over the years that people have asked me, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer them for you today. So let's get started. Alrighty, so one of the first questions I got was, do you still do dance now? Now, I don't know if a lot of people know, and I can't remember if I said it in my introduction video, but I used to do dance. Did it a long time ago, and then in high school I did it a lot. I personally don't still take dance lessons or classes or anything. I kind of just do it for fun. There's days where I do really miss it because it is such a fun workout and creative outlet, but I don't currently do it anymore. But I do have to credit dance to a lot of the reason I understand my own body, and especially with lifting, how you need to make sure you're in proper form and pay attention to your body and whether you can feel imbalances on either side of your body or while you're doing different movements. Personally, I feel like dance helped me a lot with that because growing up, I had to really understand, the rights and lefts and every muscle moving and what muscles to engage for certain movements through dance. So I do have to attribute that to me actually really learning a lot of that before I even ever got into lifting. Let's see. One of my other favorite questions, I get asked this all the time, is do you only eat salad? No. I personally am not a huge fan of salads until more recently. I've kind of been getting into them, but personally, I've never been a huge fan of salads. I like real food. I like regular food. I like fast food sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I do not eat clean 24/7. I'm working on it because I have some pretty bad habits, just like the rest of us. I've been able to get away with it for years because of my quick metabolism, but I know as I'm growing up that's changing. So that's something I'm really trying to fine tune and do better about anyway, because you don't really need fast food. I know it tastes great. Trust me, I love sweets and like ice cream, stuff like that. But honestly, fast food I feel like is fine once in a while, but if you're someone who only eats fast food or you really crave fast food and once you have it again then you just can't stop, I think it's a different problem to get it to be addressed. And no, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't recommend here and there what you can do. I can give within my scope of practice, I can go ahead and give, I guess, basically recommendations, but I can't draw up meal plans and stuff like that. I can suggest what you can eat, and obviously what foods are better for you than others. But trust me, I get the struggle. I personally went through a lot of that through my life after my mom passed. My dad, sister, and I, and brother, we all ate fast food a lot because my sister and I didn't really know how to cook that much. And that's one thing that I have found a lot of interest in growing up, especially after moving out. I really, really do enjoy cooking a lot of the time. Not always. I still have days where I'm tired too and I really don't want to make anything, but I have found a new interest in trying to learn how to cook different things, cook healthier meals, along with experimenting with other foods or trying to figure out how to make certain stuff at home. So no, I don't just eat salads. I eat them more often than I used to now, but if you just eat salad, I feel like, unless you're like a salad-holic, I feel like you're not gonna be happy. My recommendations though for when you're eating salad is get your dressing on the side, because that way you can portion out how much dressing you're using. And then also make sure you're having meat with your salad. So whether that's something like tuna, chicken, fish, steak, or like a vegan vegetarian option, some sort of protein. Usually I say meat because I like meat protein, but there's legumes and beans and things like that you can have instead if you're more on a vegan or vegetarian type of diet or lifestyle that can make sure that you get protein in as well. And I feel like that's really important because if you're just having salad with ranch, that's not really doing anything for you, honestly, especially if it's just like iceberg lettuce. No shade to my husband, that's his favorite type of salad. On to the next question. So, what is your next goal? Personally, my next goal is to try and sign up for my first triathlon. My husband's done them a couple times and he really enjoys them, and I told him I would sign up for one with him this next time that he signs up. And obviously with COVID going on right now, we're just practicing, training and getting into the training schedule here at home. So I've started running. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm definitely much more of a sprinter than a runner. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of trying to run long distances, but I'm trying to get into it for this particular challenge because it's something I want to achieve. I really don't care what place I come in. Am I usually competitive? Yes, but with this, I know it's going to be daunting and it's going to be a big task just to complete it anyway. So I would rather just finish it and do my best other than really care about where I come in place-wise. I do need to practice more of my swimming. I'm not all that great at that, and I'm not a huge fan of biking either. So it's really just me pushing myself through stuff I'm really not comfortable with. And it's something I do want to accomplish so I can say that I did it, and if I really hate it, I'll never have to do it again. And I can just cheer my husband on from the sidelines. Next question. Do you do cardio? If so, what type? I have never been a fan of cardio. I know when I first ever did, before I even signed up for a boot camp, my first ever workout class was in like the very beginning of college. You had to take it for like a PE credit. And like I said, I'd always been doing dance. Well, we had to take like what's called fitness program class or whatever. And really all it meant was you had to go in for like an hour or whatever, hour or 2 hours every week in the gym and make sure to log in your time. So my sister and I took the class together, and all we'd do was go walk on the treadmill, use the elliptical, or sit on the bike and listen to music. And it was completely unproductive. I hated it. I didn't want to do it. So I was never really a big fan of cardio. And like I said, I'm not a runner. I'm much more of a sprinter. Get it done, over with, out of the way. I've grown to like different types of cardio now. So I very, very much enjoy boxing. I do love jiu-jitsu. I miss it a lot. I am not currently doing it right now. I don't have a place to go to at the moment. But I would love to do that again. Boxing and jiu-jitsu have been my two very top favorite cardio exercises, along with the RFT that I do. So that was something I learned a couple years ago, and I've been doing for a couple years, and I try my best to implement a lot of it into my workout schedule. And I know for sure for my body, I need to cut back on some of my cardio and get back into lifting the heavier weights for the goals that I'm trying to achieve. Partially because I kind of started doing a lot more cardio than weightlifting, which I never thought I would do, and I didn't exactly realize I was doing. But in balance with, I wasn't eating enough to keep up with how active I wasn't exactly getting the results I wanted. So I, of course, have to do cardio for the triathlon. It's a lot of cardio. So I'm working on that part of it, but I'm excited to get back into heavier weightlifting as well. Let's see. Next one is favorite leg day exercise. I know a lot of people have their preferences of what they like to do. If they do a split like leg day and arm day, upper body, lower body, back, chest days, all that, etc. Or if they do more full body days, kind of depends on you, your goals, or sometimes what you have access to right now. So for me, I personally love deadlifts and hip thrusts. Those are two of my very, very favorites. I would do those every single day of the week, honestly, and I might start. But yeah, those are two of my very favorites. Personally, leg days are my favorite. I love leg days. I love developing my upper body and my back as well, but to me it's harder sometimes to get through those days. So I have been trying to work on doing those more often. I'm getting back into a more hardcore training schedule again, now that my wedding's over and I don't have to worry about any of that. And let's see. But as for the leg day exercises, I definitely have to say deadlifts and hip thrusts. And those are two, in my opinion, of the best exercises that can help develop your legs, especially your hamstrings and your glutes, and really activate all that musculature in your backside, which will help with posture and mobility, and there's a lot of benefits to it. But personally, those are my favorites. Next one is best tips for motivation. Now, I get asked a lot from many different people. What do you do for motivation? How do you stay motivated? What is your motivation? Personally, I've come to hate the word motivation. To me, it means that you have to wait around for something to happen in order for you to get pushed into your goal, I guess, so to speak, if that makes sense. And I used to do the exact same thing. When I first started working out, I loved it so much I didn't want to stop. And then after a while, I did take a break, and kind of trying to figure out how to get back into it was tough. And I get that, especially from people coming from a perspective of wanting to lose weight that they've gained, whether it's a traumatic life experience you went through having a baby, it really could be anything. Could be, poor habits that have led up to the way you are today, and you just want to see a change. You want to be healthier, you need to be healthier, etc. But personally, I like setting goals, and that's something that works for me. So, I will set a monthly goal, and sometimes it can just be as simple as I have to work out twice a week for this month. And sometimes it can be that small, because if you give yourself too big of a goal or strive to go too far, not that I'm saying you should limit yourself, let me explain. But if you make it too daunting, you may just scare yourself out of it and go the other way and decide, no, it's too hard. So usually I would suggest start with a certain goal, something like working out twice a week, hit that, and then see how you feel. And then maybe you can work up to adding a third day into your schedule. But make your motivation or your goal or whatever, make it a priority. Because if you don't make it a priority, then it's going to get pushed to the wayside, and it's not going to be as important, and then you'll find yourself falling back into potentially bad habits maybe you had before, where, you know what, I can skip it. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. Everyone's biggest excuse. I'll just do it tomorrow. Well, how many times have you said, I'll just do it tomorrow? Because obviously it's still not done if you keep putting it off. But make a goal, make a realistic goal, stick to it. And then maybe the next month, so do that for 4 weeks. Maybe the next month, add another day. Shoot for 3 days a week. And as you make it more of your routine and more of a priority, it's not going to feel like such a daunting task. And you can always improve yourself up from there. So say it's 30 minutes for twice a week. Perfect. Then you do 30 minutes 3 times a week. And as that gets easier and easier, if you can find time in your schedule, bump it up to 45 minutes for twice a week instead of doing 3 times. There you go. You're still working out 3 times a week, technically in the time frame, but you're doing a little bit of a longer workout, or, make it a full hour. And again, you can always ask for help for something like that. I'm always available if you guys ever want to hit me up or have questions. But honestly, for the motivation, you really need to hone in, focus in on a goal, and stop looking for it everywhere else. Stop looking to someone else to motivate you. Because trust me, it is easier when you have somebody else there. That's why I'm a coach. That's exactly what I do. I help motivate people. I show up so that they will show up and we can achieve their goal together. That is a huge, huge part of my job, and a huge part of why I love my job, because I'm able to help people, and that's like one of my favorite things. But if you're waiting around and say you want to do it with your spouse, and you guys kind of both keep putting it off, a couple months down the road, you could have been somewhere had you made a goal and actually stuck to it. And I get it. Life happens. Things happen where, there's stuff out of your control. Crazy things in life happen. Obviously, look at COVID. But if you actually set a goal and you actually want to achieve it, you make it a priority, you can do it no problem. There are plenty of tools out there in order for you to get to your goal. And the other biggest thing is making sure that it's not going to happen right away. Now, that is a huge misconception, unfortunately, with the internet, with us on our phones, with Netflix and Hulu and all this stuff where we get things instantly, Amazon packages 2 days later, instant gratification. It's all what we're all about. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen like that. That's not the way it works. Think back to how long it's taken you to get to this place, to look exactly how you look, or, be at the body weight that you are, etc. It's going to take a while to get that off, to train that again, it's not just going to come off like that. And you can't get upset if it doesn't come off like that. Everybody's body is different. So just because you and one of your friends are the same weight, your bodies are totally different. And when you both start training them, they're going to react differently. So she might lose more weight quicker than you will, but you might be able to build more muscle than she can. And it's honestly, to each their own, really. It's very, very diverse across everybody. It depends on how much effort you actually put into, because you do have to work hard for something like this. It's not something you can slack off on. It's not something you can just kind of try at and, then you'll succeed. No, you can't cheat. Your body understands you actually need to put in the work in order to get to those goals. And a lot of the things I'm talking about are all like fat loss based, because most people I talk to, that's what they want to do. They want to lose weight. They want to lose body fat. They want to tone. They want to, all those same things we hear everywhere. But personally, those are my suggestions. So make yourself a goal, a realistic goal, work towards that goal, and make it a top priority. Because I know it's hard for people who work 12 to 16 hours a day. It's hard for people who work night shift. It's hard for people who have kids. It really is. It really is. But that understandable, you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself too, because you want to be around for your kids' whole life, right? I would assume so. So that is definitely something that you need to make a priority for yourself as well. Even if it is 20, 30 minutes a day, 20, 30 minutes twice a week, 20, 30 minutes once a week to start. Even if that is your your goal. That's okay. Don't ever let anyone, talk you out of it, because it's a priority for you and it's for your life, for your family, for your health. You need to be taking care of that for sure. And again, these are all my opinions. You can take them with a grain of salt. But that's my opinion. That is my suggestion. So throwing my 2 cents out into the world. Go ahead and make sure to make it a priority, because no one else is going to do that for you. No one else is going to put the work in for you. As much as people love to give trainers credit, and I appreciate it, you're the one who actually has to put in the work. You can't just send me over your body fat for me to work off and then give back to you. Unfortunately, no, that's not how it works. But anywho, on to the next. If you guys want to go ahead and comment below what maybe one of your next goals is, or where you find motivation. Maybe those are 2 things you guys can pop down in the comment section below and let me know. I'd love to read them. If you want to reach out to me, at the end slide, that'll have all my info to contact me on, as well as the links down below in the drop down box. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. It was a lot of fun for me to record, and I'm excited to do another one soon. So I will be filming a workout video next. I'm trying to get back on track with all that again, and hopefully I'll be able to upload more regularly. Usually on Wednesdays is the day that I'm trying to upload, so it's been kind of wonky with everything going on and the wedding and all that stuff, and me still trying to figure out how to use YouTube. But I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up, and I'll see you then. See you on the next one, guys. Bye.